All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rundown Podcast. I'm your host, John Breeden, along with my co-host, Ben Gorin. Ben, how are you?
Dude, it's been a long week. I don't know what happened this week, but just a full week of classes, work. I feel like I'm tired as hell right now.
You're tired as hell. I'm ready to go because tonight we have a little competition. We're recording this on a beautiful Thursday.
It's beautiful. It's more like an
the year of our Lord 2022.
And I am here with my opponent tonight in Case Race.
Changing opponents from last week.
Yes, change of opponents. It was going to be me versus Gates, but Gates does not want to compete. So it is going to be me versus the one, Blake. Blake, how you doing?
Never better, my man. And if you know me at all, you know that's a fucking lie. I've been a lot better. This week has been a character-building journey, so to speak.
Really?
Character development.
Yeah, even like today, there's a lot of stuff that I want to... Well, I don't know if I should get into it now or just tell you guys after the fact.
We'll chat later.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But first, I just want to, for the people that may not know you, just go ahead and kind of give yourself a little introduction.
Who is Blake Atkinson?
What events?
Fucking loser.
Just to add, come on now, you're not a loser. What events will you be doing in track this season?
Oh, so for track, I'm planning to do the 1600 and the 1000.
Oh, the 1,000.
That used to be my event.
I hate it.
I'm definitely a mid-distance kind of guy. Like when it comes to the 32s, not about that. And then like the 400s, they're fine. But my strong suit is the mile and the 1000. So we'll see what we can do with that.
All right.
But yeah, in terms of my introduction, hello, nice to meet you, Harrisonburg, wherever you may be listening to this from.
Good morning, Harrisonburg.
Good morning, Vietnam. Yeah, my name is Blake Atkinson. I'm a sophomore at JMU. I'm a political science major with no minor at the moment, but I'd like to pursue something. And I'm part of the JMU Club Cross Country Track and Field team. I'm also a YouTuber and SoundCloud rapper. had to include that, as well as I don't know if this is like an affront to my reputation, but a marijuana enthusiast.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We will get to all of that
love
later.
of weed.
All right. So, Blake, last season we had cross country. So, talk about your cross country season. What was it like to be back at meets and like have your first real like college club level meets? Like, how'd your cross season go?
Oh, it was a hoot and a holler. Because, we all know how COVID went, how we missed out on a lot of opportunities, especially for our generation where basically like the lost year, we didn't really get to have a freshman year. And so it was just nice to be out doing meets and talking to people from different teams and stuff like that and actually like competing again. It just felt like, because over COVID, my drive and my ambition dwindled significantly. I didn't really, every day just kind of blended together, didn't really have much of a drive to do anything, so to speak. But once I got back, even the first meet like UNC, I expected to be super rusty, but I kind of held my own. Obviously it was my first 8K. I'm more of a 5K kind of guy. It's just a better distance in my opinion, but I still really enjoy just especially the meets where you go a long ways, because I feel like you kind of build a connection with the people that you ride with. Because I know for me it was Dean, Dom, Jordan, Brad, and me, and we definitely got a lot closer over the course of that car ride.
At UNC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a fun time. I mean, it was a little nerve-wracking too, because I had to take a mega shit before we started racing. I didn't think I was going to make it because the line was so long.
Dean.
Why does this always come up on this podcast? People talking about their shit stories.
The staple of running.
Hey,
anyway.
I'm just doing it for shits and giggles, man.
Dude, the Elkton meet, there were 8 people in a line for the bathroom. And I go up and I just had to piss. And it's 10 minutes before a race or something, and I'm just fuck, I'm not going to be able to go before a race.
We all had to go to the 7-Eleven across the street or some other gas station, but I wasn't planning on waiting that long.
Well, yeah, I peered into the bathroom and no one was at the urinal, and I'm like, can I use the urinal? They're like, oh, yeah. They were all waiting in line to shit.
No, literally, I remember at the UVA meet, there was a line out the building for the stall. There was at least 10 people in there. I'm like, we need more toilets.
It was ridiculous.
Just do it nature's way. I mean,
I don't have toilet paper with me.
That's what tree bark is for.
But that UNC meet was when Dom and Dean played each other in Smash, and Dom got smacked with a pizza.
Yeah, I missed that. I meant to come over to their room, but
That was a funny thing.
Great bonded times.
I ended up just talking to Gates the whole time.
Hey, no, that was a fun night. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But, I mean, you talked about freshman year, how you kind of weren't able to do things, but that was, when I got to meet you. I was a junior last year. You could call me a Mickey Mouse senior because I had never been to JMU as a transfer. Yeah, I'm sort of a sophomore.
It's funny too because when everyone met you, they just immediately thought you were a freshman.
I remember that too. I thought you were one of us.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody thought I was a freshman, but I mean, kind of talk about your freshman year a little bit because we did get to do stuff, social things, and kind of talk about some differences. What's different about this year than last year, other than obviously like COVID and things are more lax now in terms of restrictions.
Right. I feel like the main difference between this year and freshman year. So freshman year was kind of like the prologue to college. It was like, obviously first semester, it was kind of just felt like a fever dream because we didn't really get to do anything. I was just stuck in my dorm for 90% of it. So not much in the way of opportunities to socialize or make friends or even like do anything, like join clubs. And then once spring rolled around, things got a lot better. And that's when I met like Ben. Well, I guess I had met you fall.
Did we meet in the fall? I don't remember.
I don't remember talking to you, so we'll just say spring.
I did. We met in the spring.
Yeah, that's where I met John, Sean.
Old bitch.
Yeah. That's so weird though how Sean used to be one of the quiet kids. like no one knew who he was, but anyway.
I used to be the quiet kid too. I mean, I just kind of came out of
it. We are ruining people left and right. Oh my god.
We got him into drinking, that's why. But it was bound to happen anyway. But yeah, so that's when I met all of you guys. And I definitely got close with y'all, but I feel like the major difference, like I said, between freshman and sophomore year. So freshman year was like laying the groundwork for my social connections and stuff like that. And then sophomore year is really when it kicked off. So sophomore year is when I got close with everyone. It's when I actually what's the word? I really got intimate with a lot of my teammates and we truly became friends. So freshman year was all about getting to know the people, and then sophomore year was all about really getting to know the people.
I definitely feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because I kind of came out of I knew people at the beginning of the spring, but then in March, I feel like it was right around March that's when I started to know everybody.
I knew people, but it wasn't until January, February where I started hanging out with everyone else where I was like, all right, now we're all doing good.
And then definitely Beach Week was definitely a good bonding time too.
Yeah, I feel like last year we were more or less acquaintances for at the start at least, and now we're just tighter than family.
Exactly.
So there's definitely been an evolution of our friendship over the months.
Yeah.
Camping was a good bonded time.
Camping was a vibe.
I love camping.
And Beach Week was a great time too. Obviously I'll get into this a little bit later, but I was injured for most of it. So.
Oh, yes. We had all the questions. Everything you're saying right now.
We're getting there. We're
getting there.
But, yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
So, you mentioned in your introduction, you have a YouTube channel.
I do, in fact.
And it's called Salami Sandwich. And
that is the name.
What was kind of the inspiration behind the channel? And
why Salami Sandwich?
What was the inspiration behind it?
I just want to preface this by saying... kind of calling myself out, I guess, Salami Sandwich exposed, but I actually hate salami in real life. And so the first time I tried a salami sandwich, I was like, yo, this is garbage. This is worse than my actual channel. And so I guess it is kind of a fitting name, but the whole inspiration behind it was I just wanted it obviously I had a YouTube channel before Salami Sandwich called Jumpman Juice Boy, and
what's up with your name?
That's where I posted all of my stupid shit post videos that me and my friends would record in middle and high school. I just dumped it on there, and around the end of 2017, 2018 is really when I wanted to get serious, so to speak, about making videos, and so I decided to create an entirely new channel, but make it something that's brandable, I guess. So I wanted a name that was catchy and would stick in people's minds, and I could use as a what's the word not alias. Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
hey, I'm Salami Sandwich.
Yeah, something that's iconic. And so I was okay, Salami Sandwich, because it's the alliteration, and it's easy to remember. It rolls off the tongue. and it's just funny. Like, there's really no deeper meaning to it. It's just like, I just think it's funny.
Just imagine, like, one day everyone's like, "Yep," the kid's like, "Yo, have you seen the Salami Sandwich video? It's like dope as hell."
Yeah, I mean, you have different rap videos and all sorts of shit.
Oh, I can't wait to
Where
get
do you
into
come
that.
up with this stuff?
So, let's just say that all of my ideas originate from the twisted, dark realm that is my subconscious. Yeah, basically.
I'm concerned.
Basically, it's not that deep, but like, basically, whenever I have like an idea for a video, like something that I think is funny in real life, I'll like record it. That's kind of how it started, and then eventually, I wanted to make like more. Let's just say I wanted to put more effort into my content, so I wanted to make more like, I guess, complex and like structured like style of videos. So make them more like commentary based. Like, I've never been into Let's Plays, but just like very varied styles of content. I wanted to make it more of like an all-around entertainment channel, and so I decided to start working on the videos where I just film myself in my room talking about like, the hot topic of the week, or sometimes I'll just make videos me and my friends doing like challenges and stuff like that. And then the music stuff is really like where a good percent of my passion comes from, because I'm a big music guy in general. I kind of see it as like my therapy. Like whenever I'm having a bad day or I'm just stressed, like I'll put on some music and I'm chilling like a villain. So predominantly rap music is kind of my thing. That's literally the whitest thing I've ever said. I am a big rap guy.
Are you gonna come out and say that you're a rap god now?
No.
Well, you do like Green Day.
I do. I am a.
Everyone likes Green Day.
Yeah,
that concert
I'm a big
too.
rock guy too. But yeah, so I'd say like the majority of my musical taste comes from like punk rock or like pop punk, which you can thank my friend Paul for. He really got me into the punk scene. And then rap music, it's like the 90s, 2000s juggernauts like Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas, Kanye, that stuff like that. And so that's kind of where my inspiration came from for like the music that I make, which is predominantly like, rappity rap, 90s boom bap style.
Rappity rap.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
So I see, like, my definition of rappity rap is like the opposite of mumble rap, so you can actually like hear what I'm saying. And it's like, it's more like all over the place. Like the flow, goes all over, whereas mumble rap's like, like you
can't really hear it.
You don't understand what they're saying. I guess the only parallel that I can draw between me and mumble rap is that we both talk about drugs a lot, so that's something to consider.
You ever just like look up the lyrics to like a mumble rap song and just like try to memorize them?
That's what they're saying.
So then like you play them at a party or something and all your friends are like, how do you know the lyrics to this song? I've done that before. Like, they're like, how do you know the lyrics? And I'm like, dude, I just know this.
Half the time I don't even know the title. I'm just like, oh, that's what that's called.
Dude, I think I'll look up the
that's
lyrics.
strange noise that I hear at parties.
I'll look up the lyrics. I'm like, wait, they say that?
But they're reciting the Declaration of Independence, but you wouldn't know it. Like,
wait, they're singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, like I'm none the wiser.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just more on the rap stuff though. So I actually dropped an album 2 years ago, or I guess like a year and a half, and it has the 3 songs that I made into singles and I made music videos for. So it's Raising the Bar, Open Wound, and No Excuses are the 3 singles.
Because we're raising the bar.
Yeah.
Raising the Bar is the best one.
Raising the Bar is my favorite.
Not a plug. But yeah, so I made, I believe it was like 22 songs in total. And the 3 best ones, or the 3 of my favorite ones, I decided to make into singles and give them music videos. And so those are the 3 most recent videos on my channel. And I'll be honest with you, like I had a lot of fun making them. Like recording the songs and the video, it was just a blast. Especially like, I remember just going to like random places in public, like the grocery store for Raising the Bar, or like the gym for No Excuses. And I get my friends to record me. They're just like, dude, I really don't want to do. Or they're like, dude, I feel really awkward right now. I'm like, yeah, me too. Let's just like let's try to keep a low profile when we're recording.
Just like dancing in the middle of the
aisle
at the grocery store with a box of Raisin Bran.
Yeah, I really wanted you like to bust down with like spilling like the milk onto the Raisin Bran, like doing like your finger thing. You're like, because you're raising the bar.
Oh yeah, the classic finger wag. That's a staple of us.
Is that what it's called? The finger? I really wanted to like be pouring milk in a Razor Band while doing the finger wag at a Walmart.
See, I just needed like a gesture because I don't know how to do like the wrap arms thing that they do in the music video. So I was
Gang
like,
signs.
yeah,
like this.
Yeah, I don't know how to do gang signs, and like I'm not part of a gang, so you know I had to come up with something, and so I tried to make it like more varied with the new video. I tried to incorporate some little hand spins and.
What if you do jazz hands next time?
Yeah.
Be like, no excuses, raising the bar. I don't know any of the words.
But yeah, it was just funny how like I was in the grocery store and there'd be like a mom and her child that like just scoots by in their cart. I'm just like, oh, don't mind me, just filming a documentary.
But I mean, you also this account, the Salami Sandwich, also has an Instagram.
I do.
And unbeknownst
And
to
a
me, before I followed it, I now follow it. But unbeknownst to me, there's a picture of me on there.
Wait, there is?
Yes, there is a picture of me on there, and I'm like,
There's probably
wait
a
minute.
couple.
No, it's only one, but it's the one everybody likes to post of me.
This might sound a little
From
cocky,
camping,
but
or?
No, Ben, fuck you.
this might sound a little
I'm talking
cocky,
about that
but
fucking picture.
listen, this might sound a little cocky, but I like to think that my Instagram page is like a great just collage of shit posts, and
It really is.
it's just one big
Because
artistic
believe me, that
statement.
picture of me is a shit post.
It is one big artistic statement.
When was it posted? I'm trying to find it.
It's the one of me. Pointing.
You'll see it.
It's the one of me pointing. You know the one of me pointing when I'm drunk.
Oh!
Like the one that looks like me
Yeah.
and Uncle Sam. Yeah.
Only you,
Thumbnail right there!
only you can prevent forest
Yeah.
fires.
Literally, that's yeah.
But yeah,
Literally,
I've posted all of
John Wayne loses in a case race.
I've posted.
Oh yeah, right.
Listen, I've posted all of my friends on there at least once. So
Where's Sean? Oh, there's Sean.
yeah,
Lee's
Sean's
on
on there,
there,
Lee's on
everybody's
there,
on there.
you're on there,
I'm definitely on here.
and then I have like hundreds of pictures of Peter. I'm sure.
All three of us participate in this little game that Lee made. We call it the M-word game.
Correct. Unfortunately.
What's your take on this? And then once we're done with your take, we got to update the people on the rankings.
Oh yeah, there's been some shifts, everybody.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to
just
that
wanna
later.
make my
Blake, what is your take on this game? How do you feel about it?
I think it's fucking stupid as hell, but I love it because, I'm all about stupid things. And it's also just like, it's a great opportunity to, for one, embarrass your friends in public, but also, it's kind of just a good excuse to get in shape. Because I know a lot of people, they're just not really into exercise, but if they play the game, they don't really have a choice.
Yeah, Bradley is going to be jacked
He's gonna
by
be.
the end of the year.
He's gonna look like Gates by senior year.
Yeah, he's going to look like Gates.
Bradley's going to start avoiding us just so he doesn't say the word. He doesn't have to do push-ups.
That's why I haven't seen him all year.
Yeah.
I think other than the ski trip, today was the first time that I saw him.
Yeah. All right.
We ready? We ready to update these rankings, everybody? Remember, my goal is the top 3 by the time I graduate.
All right. In order, first place is still Lee.
Boo.
Yeah,
This is why I think these rankings are bullshit.
I'm still second, but the gap between me and Blake has gotten closer because I did 20 yesterday.
Watch out. I'm coming
That
for you.
gap's gotten smaller. Blake sits in third. Fourth belongs to Micah. Fifth is now Peter.
Yes.
6 is Dean. 7 is Robbie. 8 is Gates. 9 is the old bitch Sean.
Row.
10 is John.
Oh, did I just move up into the top 10?
John's in the
You
top
gotta overtake
10.
Sean though. You gotta put that man.
Oh,
still in-
Tom's going down.
You gotta put that man in the double
You're still
digits.
in the bottom half.
Do you
but you're in the
remember
top 10.
Halloween? Tom did 80 push-ups. Tom is getting destroyed.
I remember that. 11 is Josh. 12 is Kyle. 13 is Dom. A very large gap. Brad. Those are the rankings.
Bradley.
Yikes.
So those are the rankings.
I know that over the ski trip, I remember I was talking to you about this. I was having some storage problems with my phone, and I can attribute that to the hundreds of videos I have of just people doing push-ups.
That's right. You're making a compilation at the end of the year.
Yeah, for every year that I'm in college, other than freshman year, I'm gonna have a push-ups compilation, and Brad's gonna be a good percent of that. So I'm gonna make him famous.
All right. So
So I'm ready for whatever you got
the
for me next.
the magical question that we've all been wanting.
We
to
really have
Is
to
it
talk
time?
about this.
Is it
we
time?
really have to talk about this.
Do you want to talk about it now? Or do you want to talk about it later?
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
All right. The magical question that the world wants to know.
We really already answered it, though.
Weed is
but
better.
go ahead.
Weed is better.
weed or alcohol, and why?
Okay. How about we do it like this? All right. So we'll do it in kind of a political debate style thing where one person has a little introductory statement as to why they think it's better. The other person has a rebuttal. We give 3 reasons, and then at the end, we'll let the viewers decide which is better.
Oh, man.
This is going to be interesting.
So,
All right.
So who would like to go first?
For the sake of time, I will represent alcohol, and Blake will represent weed, of course.
Can I have sit-ups?
But Ben,
That's 10 sit-ups, yeah.
You can interject at any time. Sit-ups?
So, Sean, we always say sit-ups. Sean is terrible with names. So every time
and everything else.
I gotta start rankings for this bullshit.
No, it's only Sean. We just tell everyone else sit-ups. Only Sean actually does
What is this, 90 seconds?
Yep. If my math is correct.
So let me start off by saying I have never smoked, eaten, done weed at all.
Oh, we need to fix that.
So it is unfair for me to actually argue whether weed is alcohol is better than weed because I've never done weed. With that said, I have seen how weed affects people, and I've seen how alcohol affects people. To me, it always seems like the people drinking alcohol are having more fun.
That's what because when Blake, you get twisted, when you're having a blast when you're drunk and all that, the moment you get twisted, shit goes down fast.
Yeah, to me,
that's mostly because I have to yak.
It always when somebody's on weed, they just always seem so just relaxed. Whereas when you're drinking, you're we're having fun, So to me, it just seems more fun. It's fun to wake up in the morning and find out what you did and remember all the stupid shit you did.
I was gonna feel the ramifications of feeling absolute garbage sometimes the next morning are terrible.
No, I will say that.
But the breakfast that you can have, especially eat whole brunch, woo!
It's an excuse to just eat
it's
the
an
worst
excuse
shit
to
possible.
Just make yourself a nice 5-course gourmet meal for breakfast. It's amazing.
And the last thing I'll say is, all the fun videos you take, all the funny messages you send. It's just so much fun.
I think
my biggest argument is that alcohol is just more fun than weed. So that's my argument.
Okay.
And
Blake, I'll let you go ahead. Okay. Why do you think weed is better than alcohol?
Just a brief side note, though. Billy Jacks after a hangover works wonders.
Really?
No. Yeah. Scrambled eggs, man. That is what does it.
Dude, McDonald's breakfast is my go-to.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Scrambled eggs.
So, here is my argument as to why weed is better than alcohol. So,
that's so horrible like that.
No, I'm very serious about this. So, in my opinion, weed is just the 21st century alcohol. Because it's the way I see it, weed provides all of the positive aspects of drinking without a lot of the negative drawbacks. So when I say that, it gives you an escape from reality like alcohol does. It makes you, well, I guess for some people it does, makes them more relaxed like alcohol does. And also, you say that weed's not fun, but personally, when you're on weed, it can be more fun if not, or just as fun if not more fun than drinking. So with that in mind, I see it as, in terms of how fun it is, it's about the same, or about on par with alcohol. But it doesn't have any of the drawbacks. So, there's no hangover in the morning. There's no, worrying about puking or yakking unless you smoke just a fuck ton. But I try not to do that. And also, I don't know, I feel like the decisions you make on weed, they're not exactly smart or insightful, but they're not quite as dangerous or I guess
that's fair.
The point of it is I feel like weed has a lot less consequences that come with it than drinking does.
Yeah.
And that's my argument. Also, food, munchy food, delicious.
Even when you're drunk, munchies hit different.
I will say, there are some bad decisions made. Tate, Hughes, and I, we were trying to knock down a street sign the other night with Hughes. Okay, so it was one of those little small bus signs, and it was strapped to a light pole.
Oh, I know the exact one you're talking
Hughes
about.
took this big pole, and he's just knocking into the sign, and he's trying to knock it down.
That is the Jack Hughes thing to do.
No, that's what I like. That's what
I have a video of
the
it.
stupidity that you do when you're drunk.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. You can't recreate it when you're high, when you're sober. You can only do like shit like that.
Hey, speak for yourself.
When you're drunk.
See, I can still be fun as hell when I'm high, but most of the time I'd rather just be chilling.
So to add to this, and then we'll move on, because we have debated weed and alcohol. I think enough. We debated it forever.
We have a lot more. We still have a lot to talk about.
We've beaten this horse into the ground. Okay, I promise y'all this is the last time I'll talk about it.
No, it's not.
Nah, but what is your like funnest weed story? Like when you've been on weed, what's like your funnest story?
Ooh, okay. I've got a few actually.
Pick one.
No, he can.
I've got funnest and most wholesome.
Okay.
Do it.
Most wholesome was the first time I got my friend. For the sake of the podcast, just so I don't reveal his identity, we'll just say his name rhymes with Bogan Laylis.
Got it.
So he was very much like anti-weed for most of his life, but when he got in college, he wanted to experiment a little bit. You know, he wanted to explore outside his comfort zone. So he was like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. I am willing to try a weed, once in my life. Of course, it wasn't once, but
that's what I said with alcohol.
Yeah. But yeah, he said he was willing to try it, but it would have to be in the form of an edible. He didn't want to smoke, which I understand because smoking is like the worst part of weed because smoking anything is pretty bad for you. Yeah. So we all sat down one night. It was me, him, and two of our other friends in the dorm. This is freshman year. And we all took these like Fruity Pebble edibles and sat down and watched Into the Spider-Verse. Great movie, by the way. One of my favorites. Probably my second favorite superhero movie of all time behind Spider-Man 2. But we sat down and watched that, and it was just a good time. I remember like when we got, anyone who's seen the movie, like that's your fault. It's like 4 years old now. But when Uncle Aaron dies, I looked over at one of my friends and I just saw like a tear running down his face. I'm just like, dude, me too. It's such a good movie. Like, high or sober or drunk or whatever, like, it's just a great experience, like viewing experience. But I just remember, like, I feel like that time specifically was when the four of us just got a lot closer. Specifically me and this person that I'm talking about. He kind of got to see the joys of cannabis smokage. But that's the most wholesome time. And then the funnest time was also with this person, when I bought like a gram off my dealer, and we just like chiefed the whole thing in one night. And we went into like the Arboretum, just dicked around for a bit. And I remember we went back to the dorm. We like raided that vending machine. That's how that's why I had no dining dollars that year, because we just like we were fiending for like the gummy bears or something, or the gummy worms. And we did that, harassed some of our friends on the hall, and we just like jammed out.
Nice.
So, we got like super paranoid too in the woods because we kept hearing this thing, but I think it was just us being high. It might have just been like a squirrel or something, but yeah, that was my funnest time on weed. Like, granted, when you're high, it's not quite as like, whoa, yeah, it's not quite as lit as drinking, but it's still fun.
Yeah. I never said, again, I've never done weed, so I wouldn't know. But like, I'm not saying weed can't be fun. I'm just saying alcohol looks more fun.
I think alcohol is like a rowdy fun. Weed's like a mellow fun.
I think there's like pros and cons to like both sides.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna lay that bed. We're gonna put that one to bed for a while.
Rest in peace.
We will let the people in the comments decide which one is better.
Moving on, tonight.
Oh, tonight.
In a 1v1.
Oh yeah.
Blake Atkinson challenges McGregor to a five
beer case race.
You gotta say in a silly voice, like five
beer case race. Wait, here's my John impression. All right, Blake, you think weed's better than alcohol? I challenge you to a 5 beer case race.
So Blake,
I like to think that impression was pretty spot on.
Blake,
is this your way of talking shit to me, Blake, for this case race?
You said it, not me.
Your opponent is right there.
Yes.
You know what he's done. He's 2-0.
And I won't lie to you, I am a little bit intimidated by that because Dominic and Tate are both better drinkers than I am.
So how are you feeling going in tonight, knowing the competition that you have? Do you want to raise the stakes?
Raise the stakes?
You could.
How so?
Up to you guys. It's your thing. Right now, is the Alec bet on with
No,
Blake?
so Gates did not want to do case race, so we're going to do something else regarding that bet. It's just me versus Blake. I told Blake if he wins, he gets $20.
You know what, John? How about this? You mentioned raise the stakes. Let's do a 6 beer case race.
Nope.
Okay, 7 beer case race.
Nope.
Why not?
8 beer case race. Going once, going
5
twice.
beer case race. I'm a 5 beer case racer.
5 is
Look, here, I tell you what. Since you guys are going to get on my case about this 5 beer case race. Yeah, get it. If I lose to Alec Tillman, I will not do any more 5 beer case races. I will retire from the game of 5 beer case race, and I will be forced to do normal case races from now on. But if I win, this continues. And you guys can shut the fuck up.
The king
won't shut the fuck up.
I'm telling you right now, it's
This
probably,
continues.
no one will
shut the fuck
probably
up.
not going to be me, but it's going to be somebody else. The king will be dethroned.
If Alec Tillman beats me, I will say...
We'll throw Hughes at you.
I mean, we're
eventually.
doing Blake and I tonight regardless.
Yeah.
You're doing
But if Alec beats me, I retire from 5 beer case race. So there you go.
Ooh.
But Blake, I'm looking forward to the competition. I mean, you are a solid drinker. I picked you for my beer Olympics team. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't think you were a good drinker. So
Yeah, I mean, granted, we
I'm looking
sucked
forward
ass,
to it.
but, like, you know, it was
You
fun
weren't
nonetheless.
last. You weren't last.
We weren't?
Our team, Team Ireland, was dead last.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys
we,
had. I thought you guys were second.
No,
last.
we sucked.
Oh, in chugging? Well, in chugging, we
No,
got
in
third
general.
place. That was the only time we got a top 3 was in chugging.
Yeah, we were god
So-
awful. I mean,
No,
granted, I
credit to
did.
Carly, though. Carly was the goat at Flip Cup. Almost
she was
beat Jack
definitely-
Tate and Jack
She
Tate
was definitely the
single-handedly.
MVP, dude.
It was awesome.
We smoked the competition in Franzia. I don't like.
You guys did. You guys
guys
did.
did
It wasn't
really
because
good.
of me. I wasn't the one carrying the team.
Who was
but
then?
It looked like Patty was.
Patty was.
It's funny too because people always call Patty out for being a shitty drinker. So
Well, after the 30 beer that we did at the start of last semester,
Oh yeah,
That
that
was
one was
good.
so much.
that was
fun.
also beer though, and beer has carbonation.
yeah.
So that's why I like to think that the wine just went down a lot better. Like, granted, it still tasted like ass water, but
Did you have red wine or white wine?
we had Moscato, so it was white.
The white wine I didn't think was bad.
White wine
No.
I like better than
The
red.
other kind was. That
It was
tasted like
it was
shit.
pretty bad, but like I said, there's no carbonation, so I didn't feel super bloated after the fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blake, I'm looking forward to our
9 p.m.
competition tonight.
only
Me as
on
well.
the rundown.
9 p.m. at the Goat House. Looking forward to it.
Fun.
Gonna go 3-0, baby.
Only on ESPN.
Buy on pay-per-view.
So, Blake, this next segment, we call it Rapid Fire. It really is pretty much hot seat. We have a series of questions.
We're just
Oh,
gonna keep
boy.
it rapid fire, just as a gimmick.
it's rapid
It's
fire.
It's
Okay.
rapid fire, just like 5 beer case race.
There you go.
All right.
All right, my
John.
first question. You talk about what happened to you at Beach Week. You had a nasty sunburn.
Oh,
Something
boy.
happened with your feet. Like, talk about it.
Yeah, so before I get into that, I'll just say, remember kids, always wear sunscreen, and when you do, make sure to reapply it.
Oh,
because
God.
for me, it was either the first or the second day we got down there.
Yes, it was like the first day.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was that Sunday. We all went to the beach, obviously Beach Week. And
Wait, you went to the beach?
We did.
Oh, my God.
We didn't go to the week though, sadly. But I put on some spray suntan lotion. I forget what the SPF was, and I got in the water, and I was just chilling for a bit. And I guess for one, I'm just really fucking stupid. But also no one I guess told me beforehand that you're supposed to reapply it, and so I was like, I should be fine with just one coat because I lathered it on pretty good. But I didn't consider the fact that the fucking water would wash it off.
Yes.
And so, my poor judgment ended up in me getting, burnt to a crisp. Like, I looked like an absolute lobster. I remember, it was me and Shannon. We got burned the worst. And everyone, as soon as we got back, everyone was just like, damn, y'all are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
It was bad. But that, wasn't even the worst part.
Because
Because...
like splotches, I remember. It was
Yeah,
like
it-
all over
it was
the place. I'm
disgusting.
oh.
So, what's the worst part then?
So, the actual sunburn on my body didn't hurt that bad. At least not after the first day. It was my feet, because what happened was I had these Nike slides that I wear quite a bit.
Oh, no.
And what happened was obviously those got sunburned too, the tops of them, and I put the slippers on, or the slides or whatever, and I didn't realize that I had a lot of sand in there. I thought I got most of it out, and so the sand chafed against the tops of my feet while I was walking, walking to and fro, and that resulted in me getting blisters all over the tops of my feet, which lasted the whole week.
Yeah.
And so I could not walk for the first couple days. By the end of the week, I could walk decently, but I was just met with like searing pain, and that lasted up until like June.
Oh yeah, he had to wear socks like the rest of the week. I remember.
Yeah, it was absolutely awful. I couldn't get in the water anymore.
The moral of the story is put on your fucking sunscreen.
Put on your sunscreen, kids.
Okay. And reapply it.
Blake, you ready for the next question?
I don't know. Sure.
This is a very controversial question.
Uh-oh.
Cars 2 or 3? No, answer. Cars 2 or 3?
The answer's neither.
Boo.
Okay.
Wait. You're gonna cop out and say 1.
This is what Tate said.
Here's my take. I don't know if this is unpopular or not, but none of the Cars movies are good.
Whoa.
I'm done! I can't deal with it!
I'm sorry.
I'm done!
Time out.
Cars-
I'm pressing the timeout.
Bullshit!
Cars is the worst franchise that Pixar has ever done because it is only made to sell merchandise. Literally, they give the characters. It's like Pixar's Despicable Me. They give the characters a super simplistic and rudimentary design, so it's easy to make toys and shit out of them and sell merchandise to kids to perpetuate the cash flow. And in terms of that'd be one thing because a lot of good franchises are marketable, but the quality of the movies isn't up to snuff either because Cars 1 is one of the most forgettable movies I've ever seen.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The only
Ben is out of his seat right now.
The only two things
I'm so pissed.
The only two things that make it memorable are Life is a Highway and Mater. Everything else is just bland and dull.
That movie is my childhood.
Wow. Crushing my childhood. Well, to add to this, because obviously it's a NASCAR movie, you went to a NASCAR race with me in October. I mean, what did you think? What did you think of your first NASCAR experience?
So I'll be honest, NASCAR never really been my thing. It still isn't, but the fact that you, Sean, and Hughes were with me just made it that much better. It was still a great time because it just felt like a bonding experience with y'all. And it's it was cool to see y'all in your element, because I know you and Hughes are all about NASCAR.
Me and Hughes are big time.
Also, Martinsville is just a cool city.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And that race was a banger. I mean, I kept saying, that was your guys' first race. It was such a banger.
Dude, I just remember how, I overslept the next morning, and y'all had to break into my apartment and drag me out of bed.
This guy. So, yeah, and Hughes did, too, because we were throwing the Halloween. It was the Halloween party, and so I took your drunk ass to cookout because you couldn't shut about cookout. Yeah,
Hello.
Oh god.
And so I told Hughes, I'm like, Hughes, be ready at 7 a.m. So of course I get there. Tom was the only one that woke up. I was proud of him. I went to Hughes' door, and this motherfucker won't get up, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, dude, you're gonna miss the race. And so he gets up.
As soon as he hears that, his ears perk up.
We had to barge into your apartment, Blake. We had to keep knocking on the door. Patty finally answered.
I was so disoriented, too, because I, obviously my vision was still kind of foggy, when you first wake up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, huh? Oh, yeah, that.
He's Blake literally goes, he's like, dude, I blacked. And I'm like, bro, we're supposed to go today.
Yeah, I fucking died the night before. But I just remember, it was funny, too, because we went to Walmart to, stock up on snacks and stuff. And I was just still, I was still, half asleep for most of it. So, nothing, hits different more than, a 7:30 a.m. Walmart run when, your brain is only operating at half capacity.
Yeah. He was out of it, but then Hughes kept drinking beer. I'm like, this guy.
Yeah,
Hughes is a different breed.
I remember Sean had 1, I had 2, and Hughes had 5.
I had 5. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
But also for Hughes, that just goes down like water. Especially Miller, I think it was.
Was it Miller? It was Miller or Coors, obviously.
Yeah, that shit's just bread water. But back to the Cars thing. So, never been a fan of, I probably was a fan of Cars at some point, but, retroactively, it sucks.
Wow.
And Cars 2 is even worse. It took the blandness of the first... Okay, I will admit, Cars 2 is not as bland as Cars, but it's also, way more obnoxious and unnecessary, because it's a spy movie. It's a spy movie about cars. I'm sure a million and one people have made this argument before, but if Pixar wanted to make a spy movie, why make it just make it its own thing? Why would you make an unnecessary? Well, I get why they made an unnecessary sequel to Cars, but it's just so gratuitous.
Unnecessary. Back up a foot. That sequel was so necessary.
To who? Was it better than
to
2?
Me.
Was it better than 2?
Cars 1 was better than 2. That's not a discussion.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I haven't gotten to Cars 3, but
Oh, let's get to 3. I want to hear this.
So, Cars 3 is just kind of like, it's fine. You know, any critique I made about the first two movies kind of applies to it. I don't know. It's just...
This man is down on Cars.
It's there. I don't know, like, I do like a lot of Pixar franchises. Like, I really like Inside Out, so I'm not even just like an old head, like, oh, their old movies were so much better. No, like, it really depends. They're kind of like the Adam Sandler of, like, movie companies, because they have, like, when they try, you know, they really can, like, achieve great things. Like, they've put out, like, you know, a lot of great installments, but at the same time, like, you can tell when they're just, like, phoning it in. Cars is like the epitome of that. It's like when Cars and the Despicable Me sequels, they're just like representative of what happens when a company only cares about the bottom line and like the paychecks.
Wow.
And like
down on Cars.
I'm sorry, that's just my 2 cents.
You're not making it to the case race tonight. You are not.
What, am I disqualified?
No, you're not making it, like, period. Like, you won't be there.
All right, hey, look. Enough of the car slander. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled Tate slander. Okay?
Yes.
Is Jack Tate clutch, yes or no?
Fuck, I'm not going to answer that. We all know what I'm going to say.
Okay, then answer it.
Yes?
No.
Thank you.
He's not clutch.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, we all know the story.
All right, moving on.
Next question.
All I'm going to say is...
That's all we need to know.
Oh, okay.
Ready? How based are you?
Yes.
Okay, good answer. All right, John.
Now these are rapid fire.
Now we
right.
got a long discussion on cars. Now we're going.
I'm
This
quite
has
a
been
base
discussion.
individual.
This has been a discussion. You asked it on the Christmas show. You seem to ask this question to other people, but I want to know.
Okay.
Who is your favorite sophomore?
And you can't pick yourself either.
Oh, damn it.
Don't pick yourself. You can't pick yourself because that's a cop-out.
My favorite sophomore. Ooh, this is actually like... This is a hot take. Because it's like... I feel like if I choose between my close friends, that's kind of a dick move. Like, if I said Ben or Sean, that'd be kind of like... You know... Like, kind of hurtful to the other one. So...
Nah, it's only Sean.
Right. So... I'm going to be 100% honest. Thomas.
Oh!
Thomas is my favorite
I don't really know
sophomore.
Thomas. But
Because
Thomas
I've
is
never
cool.
had a bad experience with him. Like, even with my closest friends, like, yeah, we've had our ups and downs, like any friends would.
Yeah.
But with Thomas, like, every conversation I have with him is just good. Like, even, I actually saw him today, he's in my English 221 class, and, you know, we talked for a bit, and he's just, like, very approachable. He's just very easy to, like, strike up a conversation with. And, like I said, I've never really had, like, a bad thought about the guy.
All right.
So, favorite sophomore is Thomas S.
Thomas S.
All right. Last rapid fire. Who is the most fun person to party with?
John Breeden. I've said it time and time again. Dude, like...
Easy answer.
Yeah, I was about to say, no one's got shit on McGregor. He's just... when he gets the whiskey flowing and the Coors Light, you know, that's when you know shit's about to hit the fan. I don't know,
Shit's about to go down.
You just have this, like, energy when you're drunk that even, like... Because obviously, like, people, when they're drunk, they have energy, but you're, like, on another level. Like, when I party with you, I don't know, it just feels like... I don't know, you feel like the second coming of, like, Eddie Murphy. That's a weird comparison,
I've
but
never
like,
been compared to Eddie Murphy
That is
in
a
any
new
shape
one.
or form before. But I will take it.
I don't know, you just have like this enthusiasm that never dies. Because I feel like some people when they get drinking, obviously they're like, woo, at first. But after the fact that I'm not calling anyone out, well, yeah, I kind of
Just high five.
I'm kind of calling myself out with this, but
I mean, everybody did.
most people when they start drinking, they're super excited. But like a couple hours in, they just get either like sleepy, depressed, or angry.
It's Sleepy Tate.
Yeah, but like with you, it can be like 1 a.m. in the morning. You know, everyone's like dead. You know, we're all like we've all entered that pre-hangover stage when like the drunkenness wears off and you start feeling shitty, and you're still just like, we playing Bureau card, or we just sitting on our asses. And I love that. Like I strive for that energy
Were
every
you
time I
up
imbibe.
the night at the beach when I was trying to do the puzzle? Were you up that night, or were you out?
I think I was like still up, but I wasn't there mentally. Like my brain was going out and getting a pack of Marlboros.
I gotta bring somebody on here who can retell that story.
That's a good
I just remember like
night. I wish you were there for that band.
Did we ever finish the puzzle?
No.
No,
Not even
close.
close.
I was drunk as shit.
I've seen
we
like
gotta
the
finish
finished
this
picture.
puzzle.
Well, no, there were like some pieces missing. I think.
Yeah, there are like 8 pieces missing, but
That sucks.
yeah.
I was making that.
We'll finish it this year.
We were making that our mission to finish it.
All right, everybody. So that's going to conclude this episode of the Rundown Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram at the @run_down podcast. If you're on the team, sign up or let Ben and I know that you want to be on. I mean, if you've already signed up, we already got you, so like don't worry about it. But if you haven't signed up, let us know.
We have a long list of people.
We got a long list of people, but we will get to everybody. Mark our words.
And remember, kids. Don't forget to subscribe to Salami Sandwich.
Salami Sandwich
Salami
on YouTube
Sandwich.
and on Instagram.
Link in the description, please.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
we got
put
you,
the
we
channel in
got
the
you.
description,
Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, final thoughts. Just want to say thank the both of y'all for having me on. It's been a
course.
blast. Honestly, like, this has been even more fun than the last episode. Like, yeah.
Really?
Well, because I actually know what I'm saying, and I can remember it.
Yeah, and you don't have angry little me screaming at everybody.
Angry little
I was an
drunk.
angry little drunk that night. I was screaming at everybody.
This is going off the rails.
This is absolute shit show.
I think it's just because, like, I get paranoid sometimes when I get drunk. So I think during the show, I was just getting paranoid that, like, everything was going off the rails on the show.
I mean, it
when
kinda
in reality,
was.
it was just me screaming. I was making the show worse.
One last thing I want to mention about that is I just love the comments on that video. I remember one was like, "Legend has it, Blake still trying to talk about Bang." It's like, take a drink every time someone says, "Dude, I'm so gone," or like, "This podcast has gone off the rails."
That's how you die.
I think there was a bunch of...
That's how you get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's been a vibe.
It's been a vibe. All right.
Have yourselves a gay old time. Take that any way you want. And we will talk to you later.
All right, Blake. Thank you very much for joining us.
Do we want to preview who's next?
Yes, so coming up next on the podcast, we have 2 of our freshmen coming on.
A trouble of
Freshman.
dynamic duo.
We have Jordan Hughes and Carly Anderson coming on next.
They're trouble. They're
It's going to be very
yeah.
interesting. Another 2-person episode, so it's gonna be very exciting.
I call them the troublesome duo. So
It's a fitting name.
yeah, it kind of is.
I'm sure it'll be the first freshman we have on the show. So
Stay-
making history.
Stay
That's
tuned.
true.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
All right.
All right.
Blake, thank you very much for joining us. That's it, everybody.
Yes, sir.
This was the Rundown.
Peace out.